Okay, time for more Captain Underpants and the terrifying return of Tippy Tinkletrousers. All right,
What did you just say?
enough, mate. Up to Chapter 7, Tippy's Trouser Troubles. Meanwhile, back at the Piqua Juvenile Detention Centre, Tippy Tinkletrousers was in a tizzy. He grabbed George and Harold in his mighty robotic hands and demanded some answers. "Tell me everything you know about Captain Underpants," screamed Tippy, "or I'll squish you kids like a couple of blueberries." "Well," said George, "he's really strong." "And," said Harold, "he's really powerful." "Yes, yes," said Tippy. "What else is he?" "He's right behind you," said George and Harold simultaneously. Tippy turned quickly, but not quickly enough. Captain Underpants swung his flabby fist and bashed Tippy right in the jaw. Pow! The force of the blow sent Tippy's robo-suit flying over the top of the juvenile detention centre and into one of Piqua's many downtown skyscrapers. George and Harold flew from the grip of Tippy's robo-fists and landed safely in some nearby bushes. "I'll kill you," screamed Tippy as he pulled himself up and lunged at Captain Underpants. The chest panel of the robo-suit flipped open and a brilliant burst of energy from the Freezy Beam 4000 shot out at the waistband warrior. But Captain Underpants was too quick. He zipped and zinged, expertly avoiding every frozen energy beam that burst from the belly of the beastly robo-suit. "Oh, Tippy," called Captain Underpants as he sat coyly atop a nearby skyscraper. "I'm up here!" Tippy turned quickly and zapped his Freezy Beam 4000 at the skyscraper, covering it with a thick casing of ice. But Captain Underpants had been too fast. He had zinged away just in time. Captain Underpants flew several blocks away to the swing set of the playground of Jerome Horowitz Elementary School. Robo Tippy ran after him. "Yoo-hoo, Tippy Tip," Captain Underpants sang as he swung playfully from a swing. "Will you give me a push?" Tippy leaped over the school and landed in the football field. He zapped his Freezy Beam 4000 again, this time covering the swing set with a thick coating of ice. But again, Captain Underpants had zanged away just in time. "Here, Tippy, Tippy, Tippy," called Captain Underpants again as he lounged lazily between Tippy's giant robotic feet. "I'm down here now. Can I have some ice, please?" "Why, you little—" screamed Tippy as he bent over and zapped his Freezy Beam 4000 down between his feet. Of course, Captain Underpants was long gone before the ice beam reached the ground. Unfortunately for Tippy, however, his robo-feet weren't. Tippy's giant robo-feet and robo-legs were now encased in a huge, shimmering iceberg. He pulled with all of his might, but his whole lower half was frozen to the football field. Tippy was stuck. Chapter 8. Break in 2 Electric Boogaloo. "No!" screamed Tippy. He ducked his head beneath the cockpit of the robo-suit and disappeared down the stairwell into the intricate innards of his intimidating invention. Captain Underpants grabbed the arms of the robo-suit and began to pull. Harder and harder he tugged until, one by one, the rivets in the robo-suit's thick steel belt began to pop. The harder Captain Underpants yanked, the more the robo-suit began to break in two. The shrieking sounds of twisting metal reverberated around Tippy as he traversed the crumbling staircase. His only chance was to make it down to the lower half of the robo-suit before Captain Underpants pulled it apart. Clank! With no time to spare, Tippy dashed into the robo-pants just as the robo-suit broke in two. "You haven't seen the last of me," Tippy yelled as he closed the emergency hatch on the robo-pants. Then Tippy set his Tinkle Time travelometer to 5 years ago and pressed the away we go button. Suddenly, sparks of blue lightning began emanating from the robo-pants. The massive bolts crackled loudly and grew more and more intense until finally Tippy and his robo-pants were enveloped in a giant ball of blue lightning. A blinding flash turned the night sky into day for a sliver of a second, and then it was all over. Tippy and his robo-pants had disappeared, leaving only an empty mound of ice behind. the crazed inventor and his terrifying trousers would never be seen again after that night. Never be seen again after that night. They would, however, be seen exactly 5 years before that night. But before I can tell you that story, we have to go back even further.